Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. If you have a free wall at home or in your workspace, then you have the perfect space to take a movement break, to move your spine, to stretch your muscles, and just give yourself a little energy to move your energy so that you can go about the rest of your day feeling a little bit better. So today we're not going to need any props except for a wall, and let's start just standing up against the wall. And we can get a lot of feedback about where our body is when we stand against the wall. So I want you to feel like your feet are hip distance apart. They can be a little bit out away from beneath your hips, just so you can rest your whole spine comfortably down against the wall. And let's bring our arms out in front, making an observation about how your rib cage feels against the wall, how your pelvis feels against the wall, and how your head feels against the wall. Because when we're sitting in our desk chairs, often we're hinged forward, our head can be forward, and so when we bring in that feedback of a flat surface against our spine, we can really see, oh, my rib cage really doesn't want to rest flat against the wall, or oh, it feels really awkward for my head to come all the way back to make contact back of skull against the wall. So even just feeling here and taking a couple deep breaths as you rest against the wall, feeling your rib cage expand wide as you inhale and soften as you exhale. Taking one more here, maybe even putting your hands on either side of your rib cage so you can feel your hands expand and press outwards as you inhale and soften back in towards you as you exhale. So arms can come up. We're keeping the back of the skull, our back of heart, our low back as much as possible against the wall. There is a natural curvature of the spine that you'll feel when all three of those points are resting on a surface. You'll feel the curve of your neck. You'll feel the curve of your thoracic to lumbar spine. So you'll feel those natural curves against the wall. Arms come out, and let's extend out to the side. See if you can allow your arms to make contact with the wall without having your rib cage pop forward, without having your head pop forward. Take a deep breath. Arms come back to center. Now let's bring your arms up. See if you can keep those same contact points as your arms reach the back of the wall. Shoulders are not coming up towards your ears. They're down, gliding down the back as you make that contact with the wall. Bring yourself back out wide. And let's take that a few times. Back and forth between those two spaces at the pace that you can really be mindful of where your spine is in space. Use the feedback of the wall as an assist. That's why we're against the wall. Now let's take this in some circles. So really using the feedback of the wall. Let's circle your arms up. See if your arms can maintain in contact with the wall. They'll lose contact with the wall as they come forward, but then right back out. Remembering to breathe, it's so easy to hold your breath so you can maintain that contact with the wall, but let it be dynamic stability. Let yourself breathe as you move. One more in this direction. You might feel the muscles in your arms start to be working, which is always good. Always good to do a bit of strengthening here as well as stretching. Let's reverse our circles. Two more here. Rest those arms back down. Again, feel the contact of your low back, back of heart, back of skull against the wall, and just take a deep breath. Let's bring our arms up once again. We're gonna bend at the elbows, so your elbows feel like they're right in line with your shoulder, wrist in line with your elbow. Find your contact points against the wall. Let's open out. And from here, we're gonna do one arm at a time. So keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears as you just slide one arm up, up, and down. We want to keep our wrist and our elbow against the wall. We want to breathe as we're moving and giving yourself a chance to let your shoulder blade glide down your back as your arm lifts up. One more time to each side. Arms come back to center and rest back down. And again, giving yourself a couple deep breaths and feeling how your body is resting against the wall. You might feel your arms working a little bit for you, and you might feel like you're slowly starting to relax into that more neutral spine. So now let's turn to the side. Palm on top of palm. One half of your body is against the wall. So shoulders against the wall. And allow your body to find a comfortable feeling with this arm right up against. Your head may or may not be touching. It's in line with the spine. And we're gonna open one arm out. Allow your spine to twist. Reach for the opposite wall with your other arm. Reach, reach, reach in each direction. Bring yourself back. Now let's take the opposite here. We're gonna connect this hand with the wall, allow this arm to slide up and over, take a twist in the other direction. Bring yourself back. Let's take that same thing again, opening, breathing, twisting, and taking that in the opposite direction. Reaching and breathing. Now let's take that same thing to the other side. Palm on top of palm. Let's open across the body. Find those connections. We're reaching and breathing. Taking yourself back. And we'll take our reverse. Sliding one arm up and over. Reach and take yourself back. One more here to this side. Now let your arms relax at your sides. Let's again just check in, be against the wall, and feel how your spine is feeling. So we're gonna turn to the side one more time. I'm gonna move our camera, and we're gonna stretch out our legs a little bit. Okay, so turning to the side facing the wall, and let's bring one hand right up against the wall. So let's check in with how we're standing, right? So feet are hip distance apart still. We're at arm's length away from the wall, and your wrist is relatively in line with the shoulder. Your heart is open to the space in front of you, pelvis open to the space in front of you, and find a connection with all of your knuckles into the wall. I'm gonna tilt our screen up just a little bit. So once you find this here, press gently away into the wall, as if you're pushing the wall away with your whole hand. And then we're gonna take our other arm up, open it out to the side, and then we're gonna take it up towards the ceiling. Take a little side bend with your one side here as you press the wall away on that other side. Take a deep breath as if you're puffing out this whole side of your torso. And then take it back. Let your arm rest. Rotate your head to look at your hand. Press the wall away. Rotate to look away. Deep breath. One more time, rotate, press the wall away. Rotating away. Deep breath. Head back to center. Ear towards that shoulder, press the wall away. Maintain that press as your ear towards comes the other shoulder. And one more time. Press that wall away. Maintain that press away as your ear comes towards the other shoulder. Deep breath. And then keeping your head in line with the spine, let's tuck the chin gently. Back of neck starts to extend long. Find that tuck. And then looking up towards the ceiling. One more. One more time, let's take that side bend. Arm comes up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Feel like your heel on this same side could drop right through the floor. Press into the wall, reach up and over, take a deep breath. Let yourself go. We'll take that same thing to the other side. All right, so we're still with our wall here. Other hand, we're finding that arm's length away, pressing into the hand through all the knuckles of your hand. I'm trying to find a better angle here. Okay. So once you have your contact with the wall, let's bring that arm out to the side, up and over. We're reaching through that side of the rib cage and breathing. Arm comes back down just to rest at the side. We're maintaining that press into the wall. And let's rotate your head to look at your hand. Press. Rotate your head to look away and take a deep breath. Rotate your head to look at your hand. And away. Head back to center, ear towards one side, press that wall away, and ear towards the other side. Deep breath. One more set. And rotating down, tuck of the chin, long through the back of the neck as you press into the wall. And opening your face to look up at the sky. One more, tucking that chin long through the back of the neck as if the back of your skull is growing up towards the ceiling. And opening your face to look at the sky. One more time, let's bring that other arm out, up and over. Feel like the heel on that side could drop right through the floor as you reach up through the back of the armpit and breathe. All the way back down, let your hand go. Sometimes that can be a really big stretch, so you might start to notice a little tingliness through the fingers if it is a pretty deep stretch for you. Now let's come down to the lower body a bit here. So what I want to think about as we move down is, again, finding an arm's length away from the wall. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. So arm's length away from the wall here. We're standing with our feet hip distance apart. Let's reach out and just find the wall. Now our hips are right over our knees, which are right over our ankles. Now reach with the neutral spine into the wall here. So we're reaching, flat back, and let's just pedal our legs back and forth. Let this be a nice stretch down the calf, down the hamstring, and just kind of leaning into the stretch that feels good as you breathe. You can draw the arms back into the shoulder joint as you scoop your heart up to look at the wall, little back extension. Bringing yourself back, you can round the spine, taking that back and forth. One more here. And then pushing the wall away as you maintain now just a neutral spine and getting a little deeper into that pedal. Bending one knee and then the other. Heels are down into the floor. And you can bend both knees. Arms are pressing into the wall and then bring yourself back. Taking that again. Reaching. And last one. Pedaling back and forth. And then bringing yourself all the way back up. Let's come back to our original check-in with our spine just resting against the wall. So we're finding that space where our feet are extended out slightly, but resting your spine. Checking in with how that feels. Maybe taking our original kind of check-in, and as you bring your arms out to the side and above, your ribcage probably feels more relaxed, less likely to pop out, head less likely to jet forward. You can stand back up, shake anything else out that needs to be kind of moved through your body, but going back to your day knowing that you moved your joints. You moved your hips, you moved your shoulders, your wrists. We moved your cervical spine. We moved your spine indeed in all directions. So getting your energy moving through the day and taking little breaks just to move and stretch, it makes such a big difference. Not only in how your posture kind of carries you through the day, but also that can have a cumulative effect in really relieving a lot of tension that you may experience in your neck and your shoulders and your low back. So use this if you have a free wall available to you, and just see how you feel when you incorporate this into your day. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you back here next time on the Wise Recharge with Us from Home series. Take care.